The Last Showgirl is a 2024 American drama film directed by Gia Coppola and written by Kate Gersten. It stars Pamela Anderson, Jamie Lee Curtis, Billie Lourd, Bautista, Brenda Song, and Kiernan Shipka. Its plot focuses on a middle-aged Las Vegas showgirl who's faced with an uncertain future after learning that the revue she has been formed in for 3 decades is scheduled to close. The screenplay was adapted by Gersten from her own play Body of Work, which is based on her visits to Jubilee, a show shortly before its closure in 2016. The film had its premiere at the Toronto International Film Festival on September 6, 2024, and began a limited theatrical release in the United States on December 13, before expanding on January 10, 2025. It received generally positive reviews from critics, with Curtis and especially Anderson garnering critical praise. Anderson received nominations for Best Actress at the 82nd Golden Globe Awards and the 31st SAG Awards, while Curtis received nominations for Best Supporting Actress at the latter, as well as at the 78th BAFTA Awards. As mentioned earlier, Kate Gersten adapted the screenplay from her own unproduced play, Body of Work. Gia Coppola said that the play structure allowed them to keep the story contained and create an intimate movie. She began collaborating with producer and cousin Robert Schwartzman in 2021, opting for a modest budget and a short shoot to keep creative control. Gia, of course, is the granddaughter of director Francis Ford Coppola. Coppola wanted to cast Anderson as Shelley after watching her 2023 documentary, Pamela, A Love Story. She sent the script to Anderson's then agent, who turned it down within the hour without letting Anderson know about it. Coppola then reached out to Anderson's son, Brandon, through mutual friends, passing it along to his mother, who'd largely given up on acting. Anderson said, "I've been handed a lot of scripts in my life, but never a challenge like this. You don't see parts like this when you're working in a bathing suit. I was so drawn to the character. I heard a voice in my head, and I pictured everything. I thought, oh, this is that thing people talk about when they read material and know they have to do it." Anderson likened the film's style and her emotional trust with Coppola to the works of John Cassavetes and Gina Rowlands. Soon after reading the script and agreeing to star in the film, Anderson would fire her agent. Curtis agreed to star in the film when director Coppola told her Anderson was playing the lead character. Similarly to Anderson and Curtis, Coppola instantly thought of Bautista for his part after recalling a conversation between the two from years prior about his desire for more dramatic roles. Principal photography took place on location in Las Vegas over the course of 18 days on a budget of just under $2 million. The Last Showgirl was shot on 16mm film to capture raw, grainy quality using a handheld camera and custom anamorphic lenses. The scenes with Curtis were shot first, as she only had 4 days available to film in January of 2024. The film also featured an original song called The Beauty of That Way, in the end credits performed by Miley Cyrus and written by Cyrus Wyatt and Likey Lie. The film would go on to earn $6.5 million at the box office. This film marks Pamela Anderson's first starring role in nearly a decade after Luke Guilford's short film Connected in 2015. Before that, her last starring role was Stacked in 2005. The movie's planned Los Angeles premiere was cancelled due to massive wildfires in the area. Pamela Anderson said the showgirl headdress was so uncomfortable that after filming all day with them on, she and the other actresses needed neck massages. While Las Vegas had never had a showgirl act called Razzle Dazzle, the story echoes the real-life 2016 closing of Jubilee at Bally's in Las Vegas. The hotel, now Horseshoe Las Vegas, has had a burlesque-based show with showgirl performances since 2023, but it's not a full showgirl review. At a Q&A after the world premiere, Jamie Lee Curtis revealed that this was the first time any of the actors had actually seen the film. In January 2025, Jamie Lee Curtis was on a flight from LA to New York to promote the film when she first learned of the wildfires near Los Angeles. Her Pacific Palisades home was one of the few to survive the catastrophic destruction. Near the end of the film, Jason Schwartzman has a small role as a director of a new dance show. He, of course, is the first cousin of the film's writer-director, Gia Coppola. When the younger dancer Jodie is showing Shelley and Mary Ann the audition routine for the new show, Shelley criticizes this new style of a show and girls having to pole dance whilst water is sprayed over them. Whether intentional or not, this reflects the opening scene of Anderson's 1996 film Barbed Wire, where her character is gyrating on stage in a club whilst being soaked with a fire hose. In the script, Shelley's original line to the director at the audition is, "I'm in my 50s and I'm beautiful." However, Pamela Anderson improvised, saying, "I'm 57 and I'm beautiful." Except for the excerpts on the final scene, the Razzle Dazzle is actually never shown in the movie. Only backstage costumes are ever shown, never the act itself. Now I must admit, I went into this film really somewhat curious about Pamela Anderson's performance. I'd heard many good things about the actress, and I really wanted to see her really dig into a role for a change, instead of course playing the pin-up girl that she was known for in the 90s. And I'm happy to say my satisfaction was met. Anderson is absolutely excellent in this role, and she brings to life the character of Shelley with absolute perfection. I definitely feel she was snubbed at the Oscars, as she fully deserved a nomination. I really didn't know Anderson had a performance like this in her. I mean, unfortunately, when you think of Anderson, you do think of Baywatch. You think of the Playboy pin-up girl, and even a movie like Barbed Wire. But Anderson over the years has reinvented herself. She's aged gracefully, embracing her more mature years, and now trying to be a role model to women of all ages. This film pays homage to the working class of Las Vegas with a superb collection of performances. It's a very understated film, very poignant and moving. Jamie Lee Curtis also turns out a fantastic performance here as Annette, Shelley's best friend, a cocktail waitress and a former showgirl herself. What I love is both Curtis and Anderson aren't shy of their age. They embrace their bodies, embrace their new complexions, if you will, and really just show them off and flaunt. It's wonderfully inspiring. Of course, this is a film that plays off the idea of women aging within society, how they are treated differently from men. It makes exceptionally valid points in a sad yet brutal way. Dave Bautista turns out an excellent sensitive performance here as Eddie, the producer of the revue show, who's of course also Shelley's daughter's father. As does Billie Lourd playing Hannah Gardner, Shelley and Eddie's daughter, not to mention Kiernan Shipka as Jodie, a fellow showgirl, who really shows her range as a young actress. All in all, it's a really simplistic, basic film, but really hits its message hard. It's a human interest story that in many ways almost plays out like a real-life inspiration from Anderson's own life. Here she was the belle of the ball, the beauty queen, the woman that no one could take their eyes off of. But she has aged gracefully, unlike her character Shelley, and has accepted her new role within society, where of course as her character in the film, Shelley cannot seem to move on from being a showgirl. It's a sad introspective look at the highs and lows of the entertainment industry, but with its excellent performances, fantastic direction here from Gia Coppola, superb script, and at a runtime of just 88 minutes, this is really a film that is quite refreshing in its take and really does not overstay its welcome. Sad, poignant, with an excellent performance here from Pamela Anderson, who reinvents herself as an actress. The Last Showgirl gets a 9 out of 10.